Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The persistent dream of Wyatt Earp's life was to own a cattle spread and find peace far from a marshal's job in the tough towns of the frontier. Now that Dodge City was changing to a county seat where townsmen and sodbusters wanted no more of the rip-snorting past, Marshal Earp was ready to move on to a ranch of his own. But he hadn't been able to save much money, and the intervention of Dr. John H. Holliday seemed to be almost providential.
You gentlemen at Dodge forgotten how to play poker? Let's ante up. Nosy?
I'm down to this. What's it worth?
Well, what is it?
First deed of trust on the KC Ranch in Colorado. I loaned the owner $3,000. He's in default.
I'm sorry, Nosy. I'm not interested in ranches.
Doc, I'll let you have it for $500.
I said not interested.
Wait a minute, Doc.
Hello, Deacon.
I'll take half that paper for cash, if you'll go partners.
Wyatt, who wants a ranch in Colorado?
I do.
Come on, Doc. This is a poker game.
All right, Nosy, I guess we'll take it. But this had better be a genuine first deed of trust. If it is not, the second deed will foreclose on your body. And whatever happens to be left of your soul. Deacon, you are an absolute jinx. All I won was about $800 and a mortgage on a flea-bitten ranch in Colorado.
That'll do us for a start.
What?
Yeah, with my savings, we can buy ourselves a few head of cattle. The place has probably been abandoned.
Wyatt, are you serious? You mean you'd quit your job here?
I've always wanted to have a cattle spread. I can take a leave of absence here. Shotgun Gibbs can handle things.
But that ranch is probably not worth a thing. Believe me, I know the country up around the Kansas-Colorado border.
Well, I'm going to take a look. I suggest you come along and protect your interest.
The KC Range. You satisfied now?
Well, I've seen better cattle country.
Let's get started bad.
Not me. You suit yourself.
I swear I don't know why I let you talk me into this.
Yes, you do. You wondered where the nosy cheated us. You didn't believe there was any KC Ranch.
Deacon, will you kindly stop referring to it as a ranch?
The deed said 1,000 acres.
How what? The John Law's dream of peace?
All right, that's far enough. Now, who are you? What do you want?
We thought this ranch was abandoned, ma'am.
Well, it ain't. I'm Mrs. Dawson, the owner. Now, what's your business?
Mr. Smith and I hold the first deed on this property, Mrs. Dawson. I'm Mr. Jones.
Deed? Let's see.
Gladly, ma'am.
We, bought it from Nosy Parling.
That thief? You know the law in Colorado, Mr. Smith?
Just generally, ma'am.
Well, I got a year to redeem this ranch, and that year won't be up until November.
I see.
We're wasting time here, Mr. Smith. It'll take till sundown to reach Stonington.
Yep. Better be on your way.
Where's your husband?
Well, if it's any of your business, he was murdered a couple of months ago. Bushwhacked by cattle thieves. Buried out there in what's left of the garden.
Hold this. Mrs. Dawson. I'm sorry about your husband, ma'am. Did they, catch the bushwhackers?
Nope. Everybody's too scared of Brocious and Ringgold.
Curly Brocious and Johnny Ringgold?
Yep, that's right.
What are they doing around here?
They own the spread next door. Use it as a station on the Outlaw Trail. You know them?
Yes, ma'am, I know of them. You alone here?
I got guns, Mr. Smith. I know how to use them. Anyway, my relations are due any day now from Nebraska. So you better take your friend's advice and hit the trail.
Are you sure there was, Brocious and Ringgold that killed your husband?
Can't prove it. No use you're worrying about that deed of trust. You'll get your money.
I'm worried about you.
Why?
Well, this is no country for a lady like you to be alone in. Excuse me, I'll have a little talk with Mr. Jones. I have to stay here now. If those men turn out to be Brocious and Ringgold, then
A ranch and a good-looking widow woman. You trying to hornswoggle poor old Mr. Jones?
Why do you always have to accuse everybody of having the worst motives?
Well, Deacon, there's nothing wrong with wanting a ranch and a wife. We better camp here for the night. Let's start a fire, break out the bedrolls.
Beans, hardtack, and dried apples.
Make you hungry?
Yeah.
Maybe Mrs. Dawson's got some nice fresh smoke in the cistern.
Uh-oh.
I made some beef stew, and I thought you might like some fresh milk.
Yes, ma'am. Mighty kind of you, Mrs. Dawson.
You're welcome. Oh, if you want some water, just get it out of the wagon.
I'll, walk you over the house.
How come you didn't leave this afternoon?
Well, my friend was tired.
Oh. That the only reason?
No, ma'am. I don't like Brocious, and I don't like Ringgold. Don't like cattle stealing, murder. Aim to do something about it.
Oh, no, please. They're the most notorious gunfighters in this part of the country. You'd only get yourself killed, too.
Mrs. Dawson, why'd you and your husband ever come out to this part of the country?
Well, it's not so bad. Had a drought the last couple of years, but still good grazing land along the river, across that ridge there.
I'd like to look at the rest of your spread.
Just in case my folks don't turn up with the money.
No, ma'am. I like ranching and I like cattle.
Mr. Smith, are you trying to make friends with me?
Yes.
Guess I'm trying to make friends with you, too, only I didn't want to admit it, even to myself.
Well, you need a good friend, Mrs. Dawson. Mighty brave of you to try and stick it out here alone. Kind of foolhardy, too.
Well, I'll see you in the morning. Oh, breakfast at first light, huh?
Good night, Mrs. Dawson.
Hey, Doc. Doc?
Wyatt, why don't you shut up and let a man get some sleep?
How well do you stand with Brocious and Ringgold?
Well, they don't hate me with the same killing hatred they hold for you.
Why don't you ride over there tomorrow? Find out if they bushwhacked this lady's husband.
Oh, Deacon. John and Curly would not ambush a man that could kill in a fair fight.
They might know who did.
Then you ask him.
You know, if they've been stealing cattle, They could be rich. I'd like to bet you in poker they still draw to an inside straight.
Yeah. Now you're making sense.
Well, I got another idea, too. Of course, it's larceny.
Larceny? At last you've established a rapport, as the French would say. Tell me, Deacon, just what is this filthy, illegal scheme?
Well, tomorrow you ride over to the Ringgold Brochus camp, and you take along this deed to the ranch. I'll give you a good reason for being in Colorado.
Well, there she is, the Rio Blanco. And the only good grazing land left from the drought.
Where's your cattle?
Brochus and Ringgold stole most of it. Sell the rest to live. Ah, I wish you could see this spread in the rainy season. That land will feed 2,000 head.
I can see why you tried so hard to hang on to it, Miss Nellie.
Couldn't sell it even in a rainy season with cattle thieves right next door.
Maybe I can do something about that.
Oh, no. No, if the county sheriff and his deputies are too scared, why should you risk your life? I know what you're thinking. I need a husband.
Husband? No,
Mr. Smith, you married?
No, ma'am.
You don't need to look so scared. I'm not proposing.
Lots of men do their own asking.
You're the nicest I've seen.
Don't you encourage me.
Well, we could think about it anyway, huh?
You don't know anything about me.
Mr. Smith, I don't care who you are or what you are. So there, now how's that for a brazen hussy?
Stop or I'll shoot.
I wouldn't advise it. Raise that rifle anymore, I'll put a hole through your head.
Johnny! Curly!
I'm Dr. John H. Holliday. You take care of my horse.
Ease off. It's Doc Holliday.
What are you doing out here, Doc?
Well, I ain't stealing cattle. Imagine finding you two in this goat pasture. Let's step in out of the sun. Tell your boys to take a walk.
How'd you know we was here?
Oh, some blabbermouth over in Stonington. I forget his name. I have a surprise for you, Curly. I'm now your next door neighbor. You better have Ringo read it to you.
What's it say, Johnny?
It's a trust deed on that Dawson spread.
I won it from Nosy Parlin in a card game. You boys look kind of poor here. That's surprising. Cattle rustling used to be very profitable. Now, don't tell me that the drought busted you.
We've got competition, Doc.
Huh? Who?
Buff Conrad and his Colorado Stonies. They bushwhacked old man Dawson and blamed it on us.
You boys amuse me. Curly, Brochus, and Johnny Ringo standing for a thing like that?
We can't corner them. They raid our herds from out of Mexico before we can get them down there.
And they got some marshals in Colorado on their side.
Marshals? Now, that is interesting. Let's get down to business.
What do you mean?
Well, like I told you, I now own Nellie Dawson's spread. You boys move some cattle over there. Leak the word to this Buff Conrad that Nellie restocked the place. And when Conrad and his crew try to steal a poor widow's cattle, you be laying for them.
What's in it for you?
There's a word called retribution.
Never mind that. How much for you?
$300. Just my travel expenses.
Well, now we're getting somewhere.
Good. I suggest we discuss the finer details during a leisurely game of cards. ranch. And to what?
A ranch and a lonely widow, Mr. Jones. How'd it go?
Now, how'd you expect? An intelligent scoundrel against two very stupid hoodlums? We're gonna need Nellie, though.
Why?
We better have a little talk. Mrs. Dawson, that was a most delightful supper.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Now, if you two will excuse me, I'd like to go out on the porch and commune with the stars.
What is this, a conspiracy between you two? Oh, now, it can't be quite that serious.
Miss Nellie, my real name is Wyatt Earp. I'm the Marshal of Dodge City. Mr. Jones is really Dr. Holliday. I sent him to talk to Brocious and Ringgold. They claim they didn't kill your husband. You know Mr. Buff Conrad and his gang? Brocious and Ringgold claim that that's the man we're looking for.
You came here on police business.
No. We came here to look at a cattle ranch that we thought had been abandoned. We had no idea that you lived here or that Brocious and Ringgold lived next door.
And that's the only reason you stayed? 'Cause you're a marshal?
Miss Nellie, I tried not to be. Once a man pins a star on it, there's nothing I want more than a cattle ranch. You're one of the finest women I've ever known.
But the law comes first. Is that the way it's gotta be?
My job's caught up with me. I didn't plan it that way. But I do need your help.
Of course, Wyatt. I want Conrad punished if it's possible. What can I do to help? Howdy, Mr. Regan.
Well, howdy, Mrs. Dawson. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Mr. Regan, here's the money I owe you. And I got a list of supplies that I need here. And I can pay cash.
Did you collect some insurance?
No, my relatives from Nebraska are helping me.
Well, mighty unusual relatives, I'd say.
They paid what I owed and loaned me enough to buy another herd.
Did you buy some more steers?
200 head. Much as I can feed until we get some rain.
Ah, the rain will come. And this time I wish you much better luck. Thank you, sir. Now, let's see. Canned goods, oil.
Thank you.
Now, no funny business, Doc. We're moving 200 head to the Widow's Range this afternoon.
I've done my part. Now, you make sure you don't use too many cattle guards. I figure Conrad should hit you sometime between now and sunup tomorrow.
You sure he got the word?
Curly, I happen to be from Georgia. You got any more insulting questions?
I didn't mean it that way. Ringo's on my back and he wants a turkey shoot. You know how Johnny is.
Yeah, I know how you both are. You're lying, thieving skunks. But when it comes to murder, I trust you.
It'll have to be done this way, because I haven't got a posse, but I sure don't like it.
Stop your blathering. Curly and Ringgold stole Nellie's cattle, and they're your worst enemies. And Buck Conrad is a no-good bushwhacking killer.
Yeah, I know, and this makes us no better than he is. I don't like bushwhacking. Uh-oh. Looks like the relatives from Nebraska.
Aunt Martha! Uncle Dave! Oh, it's so good to see you, Johnny. How are you? Oh, I think you look wonderful. How was the trip? Oh, it's so
Well, it's time for you and I to leave.
Coward.
That's right. I'm camping on the riverbank tonight. You want the whole state of Nebraska around when the shooting starts?
Wyatt, I'm willing to give you my half of the ranch if you'll invite Nellie to a wedding.
Well, when I told her who I was and that I needed her help, she didn't like it. I'm just a tin star doing my job.
That's too bad. Seeing you marry would have appealed to my sadistic sense of humor. Well, look at there. Right on time.
I can't go ahead with this bushwhacking.
Now, hold on, Wyatt.
Go back! It's an ambush!
Wyatt!
Get out of here!
Kill him, Wyatt! He'll never have a better chance.
No.
This must be Conrad. Correction. It was Conrad.
You're a double-crossing hound, Doc.
Working for Earp all the time.
Sorry it had to work out this way.
They'd have done worse to you, and a posse would not have made any difference. Curly, would you and Ringo like to call me any more names? It wouldn't have to be very bad names.
We heard the shooting, Wyatt. Are you all right?
Yes. I'm taking these cattle thieves to jail. The man that killed your husband's lying across that horse back there. And there are a few wounded men along the riverbank. Maybe some of your men folk could go pick him up. I'll send a doctor over from the railroad.
Wyatt, I wish that...
Miss Nellie, don't you ever marry a John Law. You lost one husband, I'd hate to see you lose another. Doc, give me that paper.
Haven't we been heroes enough?
I said, give me the paper. Here's your deed.
No, thanks, Wyatt. I can pay now. Too bad you're going to keep that star. It sure makes some woman a mighty fine husband.
Thank you, ma'am.
What?
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
forgot to tell you and Miss Nellie about Bones Brandon. I just happened to remember the name. He's going to be in that poker game at Tucson with Doc.
Why you stopped me out here?
Well, Bones worked with a 10% ring. Miss Nellie feels that you're riding into some real trouble. Do you think she ought to turn back?
I can't do that, Mr. Parkamp.
Why not?
Because they already lured Dr. Holliday to Tucson. He's a friend of mine. But I do thank you for the warning, and you thank Miss Nellie for me.
Marshal Herb, them Tucson boys, they shoot for keeps.
Well, sir, so do I, if I have to. I'll see you later.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Many attempts were made to kill Wyatt Earp, but Dan Priddy, with his 10% ring at Tucson, was a big-time operator. When Priddy wanted a man out of his way, he acted with a scheming subtlety that not even Wyatt could penetrate. The plan to murder Marshal Earp, whose career in Tombstone had already exasperated the Tucson politicians, seemed foolproof and deadly.
$3,800. Not bad, huh? Oh, Jack. See if Steak Brown's still waiting out there.
Yes, sir. Steak.
Morning, gentlemen. You know Doc Holliday?
We're not dear friends, but we've gambled together. Why?
You think you could get him over here from Tombstone?
The stakes were high enough.
You can promise Holliday a no-limit game.
Fair enough. Now, what's the rest of it?
Well, Bones Brandon will explain the whole idea to you.
Oh, Dan, you're not that sort, Holliday.
Doc's only bait. I don't ask any more questions. You'll get the rest from Brandon.
You're the boss. Gentlemen. You're sure keeping some high-class company, Bones?
Never mind the chatter. Dan Priddy says we're to talk in the back room.
Quit shooting holes in that rug. I keep on living, Bones, simply because I don't trust anybody.
You're still alive because Dan Priddy doesn't want you dead.
Who does he want? Doc Holliday?
Nope. Wyatt Earp.
Dan shouldn't mess around with Earp.
Why, what's so tough about him?
A lot of boys have tried to find out the answer to that one, kid. They've all wound up with a busted head or in jail.
You backing out, Steak?
No. No, if it has to be Earp or me, I'd rather let it be Earp. Start talking, Mr. Brandon.
Well, the situation is this.
Steak Brown is putting on a big game up in Tucson. I'd be a fool not to go. You know the devil takes care of his own.
70 miles. It's a long way for a poker game, isn't it?
Well, I'll just take the stage.
We should stay here. I might need you.
Why, can you replenish my bankroll? If I don't have at least $10,000 in my pocket, I feel like a pauper.
You might be unlucky there, too, you know.
Not in Tucson. I think it's the air in that town, polluted by corruption. Have you ever met Steak Brown? All the money he steals from financing prospectors, he loses at cards. I'd be a fool not to go.
Well, if you do lose, you send me a telegram, hmm?
Right.
Well, Doc, promise me one thing. Don't rob a bank.
You're the only man in the world I'd make that promise to. All right? I give you my word.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate your sacrifice.
Hello there, Doc. Welcome to Tucson. It sure is good to see you.
Don't look so cheerful. I didn't sleep a wink in that bone shaker.
Oh, a good quart will make you feel like a new man. Then we can get this game started.
Not until I get some sleep. I'm so tucked out I couldn't read the cards.
Suit yourself, Doc. You'll find some good rooms over the Congress Hall bar. Our sucker will keep.
You got much money?
Oh, about $50,000 in cash and a big ranch in Texas.
Have you got much money?
I'm loaded.
Huh?
I'm loaded, Doc.
Oh, that's good. Make the trip worthwhile.
Mr. Brown, you remember me, Limey Parker?
No, not this time, Limey.
Mr. Brown, I found me a mother lode in the Dragoon. Only need a couple of thousand. Look here. Why, almost pure silver.
They always have good samples.
He looks dirty and lucky to me, Steak.
Got a hunch?
Intuition.
There, you see. A total stranger smelled silver on me.
All right, Limey. I'll see you in the back room. Now, you know my terms, Limey. Half interest and everything you find.
But, Mr. Brown, this is a real mother lode, all ready to file claim to.
I've heard that before. Do you want the 2,000 or don't you?
Yeah, but a half interest.
Sign it. Right there.
All right.
I shouldn't be doing this. Sometimes Doc Holliday's hunches pay off.
Was that gentleman Doc Holliday? Sure don't look like a killer.
Can't always go on looks. There's your cash.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. We're gonna hit this one real big.
Jerry.
Yes, sir?
Only one drink for the kid. He's got business to tend to.
Yes, sir, boss.
Doc Holliday's in town. Where's Brandon?
Buying his rancher's outfit.
You must be the one that's going to gun down Wyatt Earp.
Nobody said nothing.
Bones Brandon told me all about it.
Why would he talk?
I got to watch the door, see?
I think maybe you talk too much.
What's yours?
Whiskey. Mister, the young boy just left here. You know his name.
And they call him the paralyzed kid.
Paralyzed kid?
On account of his left arm.
No. Boy, I'm thinking about it. He's got two good arms.
Thank you for a wonderful breakfast, Miss Nellie.
Well, I told the cook you were coming in this morning. You're going to be as famous here as you were in Dodge City.
You can still get 10 to 1 in Gambler's Row that I won't last more than a month.
Oh, that's nonsense, Wyatt.
Miss Nellie. You remember me?
Oliver Parkamp, sure I do. I met you in British Columbia about 3 years ago.
That's right.
Well, it's good to see you.
My God. You're Wyatt Earp.
That's right, sir.
Trouble, Miss Nellie. Gosh, I'm took it out.
Come and sit down, Oliver.
I rode all the way from Tucson to tell you and Mr. Earp. Now, look here. The barkeep at the Congress Hall Saloon said that the paralyzed kid was going to gun you down. It was just after... No, maybe it was before he told the barkeep to give the kid just one drink.
What do you think, Wyatt?
Well, I've never heard of the paralyzed kid. But somebody's always talking about gunning me down.
Could be just talk. But I figure I ought to tell you I was coming over anyway.
Were there any other names mentioned?
Yeah. Yeah, Steak Brown asked the kid where somebody was. But his name... Ain't that the deuce, forgetting the name?
Well, that's all right. Maybe it'll come to you after you rest a spell. Thank you, Mr. Parkamp. I'll kind of keep my eyes peeled.
I'll try to jog his memory for that name. It might be important.
God, he ain't worried a bit.
We
ready to go. Doc had a good night's sleep. Woke up raring for action. You got your derringers?
Right here. Tell me, who's going to be behind the rug?
Take care of that later. I've got to send a telegram to Earp first.
Say, are you sure Doc's gonna take off his 45?
As long as we take off ours. Remember now, we keep Doc winning until Earp gets here. Bet sporty, but not wild. Doc's an old hand at poker, and he'll spot a phony play.
What makes you so sure Earp will come?
Earp and Doc are just like brothers. Earp gets my telegram. He'll hit the trail.
Then he'll hit the floor. Dead.
Here.
I'm in serious trouble. Come at once. Dr. John H. Holliday. You don't figure them folks down there in Tucson are gonna hang old Doc or something, do you?
Doc, anything can happen. Could be wounded, sick, or in jail. Told them not to go. Mr. Gibbs, you go get my trail outfit for me, will you? I gotta sign all these reports.
Say, how about me and Roscoe going with you?
Well, there'd be nobody to sit on the lid here if you did.
You're right.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah?
Prospect, a friend of Miss Nellie's. Came in from Tucson with a story about somebody named the Paralyzed Kid. Supposed to be gunning for me.
Here in Tucson?
Well, I don't know. Another name was mentioned, but Mr. Parkamp, that's Nellie's friend, he couldn't remember it. Might be important.
Well, I'll check with Miss Nellie.
Now, Mr. Gibbs, you better notify Mayor Klum and Judge Spicer. Just in case there's big trouble while I'm away,
Say, couldn't you just send a wire down there to the Wells Fargo agent in Tucson and have one of their boys look into Doc's trouble?
It might get into the wrong hands. Besides, you know Doc as well as I do. He'll be expecting me to come myself.
Yeah.
I'll call.
You and the devil have changed my life, Steak. I don't mean to flatter you by mentioning your name ahead of the devil's, but I haven't met him yet. Of course, I may soon have the pleasure.
That'll be a meeting, Doc.
All this talk about the devil is fidgeting our young friend here. I'm just joshing, kid.
Yeah, well, it's bad luck. For me.
It's your deal, boy.
You think his last name was Branson, huh?
Sounded that way.
Well, what about his first name? Was it Bill Bransom or Bob Bransom? Or...
Wait. I got it. Bones. That was his first name. Bones Bransom.
You mean Bones Brandon, don't you?
Brandon? Well, now, could be. You know him?
I sure do. He's Dan Pretty's chief fixer.
And what you say is true. This could sure be a trap.
Of course it is. They just used Doc to lure Wyatt into Tucson. How long's he been gone?
More than an hour now.
Limey, you know that trail.
Sure.
You take my horse and go after him.
You keep him at a full gallop, you hear me? You got to stop Wyatt. Get!
Tell you what I'm going to do, Doc. I'll raise you a couple of hundred.
I'm out. It's yours.
A Texas hog is bound to gather some acorns, even if he has to travel to Arizona.
What time is it, Mr. Brown?
Nearly 1 o'clock. I better get us something to eat.
I'll have a bourbon sandwich between 2 ounces of rye.
Marshal Earp, I forgot to tell you and Miss Nellie about Bones Brandon. I just happened to remember the name. He's going to be in that poker game at Tucson with Doc.
Well, you stopped me out here?
Well, Bones worked with a 10% ring. Miss Nellie feels that you're riding into some real trouble. Do you think she ought to turn back?
I can't do that, Mr. Parkamp.
Why not?
Because they already lured Dr. Holliday to Tucson. He's a friend of mine.
But I do thank you for the warning, and you thank Miss Nellie for me.
Marshal Herb, them Tucson boys, they shoot for keeps.
Well, sir, so do I, if I have to. I'll see you later.
Howdy, Bob. Wyatt, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Say, I'm in town on a little business. I may need your help.
Sit down. Tell me what I can do.
Well,
Jerry. Any signs of Earth yet?
Not yet.
Well, as soon as he comes in here asking for a holiday, you knock on the door, but you ask for me, not Doc. You got it?
Got it. Is the rug man here?
He just now came through the trap door from the attic. Doc was so busy talking, he didn't hear a thing.
well, that's where they'd be. That sounds like a frame-up to me, using Doc as bait. Are you sure they'd be at the Congress Hall Saloon?
Always are.
You ever been in there?
I can draw you a picture. Now, the bar is on this side. The door to the back room is here. Now...
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the only door?
Yeah. But the catch is, there's an alcove off this back room. The door to it is covered with a hanging rug. The main gun would be there.
How many guns do you think they'd have?
Well, Brown won't be armed. Brandon and the kid will probably have concealed derringers.
Well, my only chance to be surprised. How about you backing me up?
You back me.
Good. This is what I think we ought to do.
I'm getting too far ahead. Let's raise the ante and play table stakes.
That's mighty handsome of you, Doc. Give us a chance to catch up.
Usual, Jerry.
Sure thing, Mr. Paul.
You know that fella?
Looks like Wyatt Earp. Why?
Excuse me.
All right, hold it, Jerry.
But, Mr. Paul...
Go to that door. Knock, say after Dr. Stake Brown, say it's important. Move. Come on. Yeah, who is it?
It's Jerry, Mr. Brown. I gotta talk to you. Something important.
Oh, all right. Hold the deal, Holmes.
Till you get.
Watch him. We'll need him as a witness. Barkeep, you go get a doctor.
Yes.
Give me a hand, Doc. This one's hurt bad.
What are you doing here? How'd you know they were after me?
Don't flatter yourself, Doc. They lured you here to get Wyatt.
They would have gotten me at the same time. Was it Brown and Brandon who planned it?
I had nothing to do with it.
That boy's done for, Wyatt. I ought to kill you.
Just plug the hole in his arm.
You plug it. I wouldn't raise a finger.
Well, this one's dead.
All right, who's behind this stake?
I'm not talking.
Brandon will talk. There's only about $7,000 here.
Let me look at that.
I could have had all the money in this, Wyatt, if you hadn't butted in.
You can have it.
I meant what I said about killing you.
Wyatt, don't let him draw that gun.
When I draw this gun, Wyatt Earp won't be anywhere around. Your only chance is to start talking.
Don't say nothing, Bones.
That goes for you too, Steak.
Doc, you stay out of this, Wyatt. Doc's made him a fair offer.
All right. I won't interfere.
All right, both of you. Start talking.
He means it's Steak, and I ain't dying to save Dan Pretty's hide.
So was Dan Pretty, huh? Is that right, Steak?
Doc, we've been pals too long. You wouldn't shoot me in cold blood.
Oh, wouldn't I? Let's not keep the devil waiting. Step aside, Paul.
The fools, they bungled it. Had Earp all set up. And they let him and Bob Paul corner him like a bunch of steers in a slaughter pen.
Who's dead?
Gunner and Kid. Brandon caught one in the shoulder and Steak was buffaloed. No plan is proof against fools.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. You say it was a drunken brawl. Pass the word.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pretty,
What do you want?
we have 2 witnesses who claim that you hired them to kill me. You hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Arrest him, Wyatt.
Don't waste your time. Brandon and Brown will change their stories.
They haven't yet. I intend charging you with conspiracy to commit murder.
Mr. Earp, conspiracy is almost impossible to prove, even if you bring it to trial on your own terms. Now, this is my town. Unless you have more evidence, my advice to you is forget it.
I don't take that advice, Pretty. You picked the wrong man this time.
Good luck.
You got a gun in that drawer?
Why, no.
Too bad. I just like to shoot an unarmed man. Why, Mr. Pretty, that looks like a Derringer. I happen to have one of the same kind. Try your luck. I'll give you plenty of time. I know you're a murderer, but I don't think you want to die a coward.
That sound like a shot to you?
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Hey, did you hear a shot inside?
Well, I know, but I think I heard a door slam.
Mr. Dan Pretty just killed himself.
What? Pretty killed himself. Are you sure?
His own gun is still in his hand. I got to get the coroner.
Come on, Wyatt. This isn't your case anymore.
Oh, you're right, with Pretty out of it. Does seem funny, though, doesn't it?
Well, it's not funny at all. If every man deserved to die, he did.
I can't understand why Pretty would want to kill himself. He knew it wasn't likely for me to get any more evidence than I already had, no matter how hard I tried.
Maybe he had a bad conscience, Wyatt.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
That's far enough. Hold it right there. I got dynamite planted underneath this whole street. You're bluffing, Earp. We want Curly Bill. Turn him loose, Earp. Now, you men listen and listen good. I'm not turning my prisoner over to you. Any man that makes a rush for this jail is going to get hurt. Now, don't try it. Earp's bluffing. Move on.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Marshal Wyatt Earp had dealt with Curly Bill Brocious many times when that notorious gunman had visited Dodge City. Although he robbed and rustled cattle and was a brutal thug to whom murder was routine, in leisure hours he could be good-natured. So on the day when Curly decided to celebrate his birthday in Tombstone, Wyatt didn't know whether the day would result in fun-making or trouble.
I seen that, Doc. You put that back. Man plays checkers with you needs 4 eyeballs. Howdy, Chief.
Howdy. Why didn't back yet?
No, sir, he ain't.
Quiet. I'm studying the next move.
I'm sorry to interrupt your game, Doc, but the entire Clanton outfit just rode into town.
In the middle of the week?
It seems that it's Curly Bill Brocious' birthday. They're overflowing the Birdcage and the Oriental.
Well, Brocious never had any birthday. He wasn't born. He was hatched out of a rattlesnake's egg.
Trouble, Doc. I hope that's why it's coming now.
Howdy.
Hello, Wyatt.
Mr. Gibbs, you and Doc go check out the Clantons.
Now, don't touch this board. I got Gibbs and 3 more moves. You ought to play a little more checkers, Deacon. It might arouse the killer fever.
Yeah, well, that's just what I don't want today. Keep Doc from fighting.
All we're after is a head count on the Clantons and an idea of what they're up to.
All right, Chief.
Just a minute, Fred.
Well, it's going to take all of us, you know.
Yeah, I know that, but I'd like to talk to you a minute. Sit down, would you? Well, I've been kind of wanting to caution you for a long time.
Caution me? About what?
Well, sir, I know it's not my place to tell you how to be a peace officer. You've been at it a lot longer than I have, but... Well, you worry me, Fred. It just never occurs to you that a hoodlum could start shooting.
Now, what man would want to shoot me?
Well, a fella does things when he's drunk that he wouldn't do when he's sober.
Yeah, I know that. But I don't take any chances.
Oh, yes, you do, Fred. You sure do. You're too brave for your own good. Now, it's going to be rough today. There's going to be a lot of Clantons in town wanting to whoop it up. We know that. If they get mean about it, we put them in jail.
Well, that's what we always do.
I know that. But you take your life in your hands every time you try to talk a cowboy out of fighting.
I have to do my work in my own way, Wyatt. What would you have me do?
Just don't argue with him so long. You know, you can only be wrong once in this game.
That's right. Thanks, Wyatt. You're a good friend. I'll be careful.
Curly, it's your birthday!
Happy birthday, Curly!
Come on, Curly!
Come on in, Doc. Free spread. Us boys are setting them up for Curly. I came to pay my respects to the gentleman.
How old are you, Curly?
I don't know and I don't care.
How do you know it's your birthday?
Johnny Ringo says it's my birthday. You gonna argue with Ringo?
Hello, Doc.
Howdy, Doc. You and me. Old man Clanton's really buying, but we ain't told him yet.
Thank you, Curly. I consider it an honor to congratulate one of the world's most likable scamps on his natal day.
Did you hear that, boys? Doc and me's had our differences, but he comes around on my birthday. Good old Doc. Give him a glass. Here you are, Doc.
Thank you. Your birthday, sir. Not bad?
Not bad, he says. That bourbon's 15 years old.
Grows on you.
Tell me, Curly, do you have the whole celebration planned?
We sure have. We're gonna stay here for a while, ain't we, boys? We're gonna shoot up Allen Street. Now we're all going to the dance hall.
Got any better ideas, Doc?
No, I'd say that's perfect. Happy birthday, my dear Brocious.
Parties are starting, Doc.
I'll be back. Save me some of that aged nectar.
Sure will. Hey, Buster, keep a bottle of this just for Doc, huh?
Hey, Curly, you're always cussing Doc Holliday. You hate him.
Oh, forget it. Doc's all right. Step up, boys. Come on, Ethan. It's my birthday. Hey, Jimmy. Come on, have a drink. Jimmy.
How about a beer, huh? When you gonna lock us up, Marshal?
It's getting stale. Stale? You think so?
Yeah, I thought you said we were gonna shoot up Allen Street.
That's right. Get the gun.
Yeah, let's get
Quiet! You heard him. Quiet. I'm Curly Bill, and this is my birthday. We gotta celebrate good. All right, let's get
You can hear as good as I can, Ben. You're supposed to be the sheriff of this county. You gonna do anything about those guns out there?
Fred, you're giving too much importance to a little noise and fun-making.
Maybe that I am. But we both know that guns and liquor are a bad mixture. I aim to do what my job calls for. Do you?
You don't have to do anything. They'll go home after a while. Nothing will happen.
Then you won't help me disarm them?
No. And you're an old fool if you think you can take guns away from the Clanton boys. Go to bed and shut your ears.
You're a puny excuse for a sheriff, Ben. I'll return this favor someday. Let me have your gun, Curly.
Gun? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're gonna shoot up for jail, Fred.
Not on your birthday.
Birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Shoot up the jail tomorrow, Curly.
Tomorrow? All right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Let me have your gun. I'll keep it for you. Your gun, Curly. I'll take it.
Right.
I'll take it.
How bad is it, Fred?
Stomach.
Get him over to Dr. Goodfellow. If he's not there, find him.
You two, lend a hand.
All right, get off the street. Rack your guns. There's been enough shooting for one day.
Go on, move.
Oh, you busted up. Come on, Curly, it's your birthday. Breaking up is good for you.
What happened? Who shot over Fred?
You did.
Me? No, I didn't. I didn't mean to.
I saw it. I know you didn't mean to. You're going to jail anyway.
All right.
Fred. Fred. Do you think that Brocious meant to shoot you?
No. I asked for his gun. He took it out of the holster. I was afraid he might change his mind. I grabbed the barrel and yanked it. I made the gun fire.
That's exactly the way I saw it happen. Fred, would you try and sign this now? Right here. Has he got any chance?
What? The whole town's a ganging up to hang Hurley Bill if Fred don't make it.
Dr. Goodfellow, I'm going to have to leave. You go on over and talk to Dick Gerd. Tell him I want some dynamite. About 200 feet of fuse.
Got an idea why?
You know, I aim to plant dynamite underneath Allen Street in a circle around the jail.
You think it's going to get that bad?
Well, I hope it doesn't, but I want to be prepared if it does. Go ahead.
Of course, if they should try to rush the jail, you only play it to scare them, right, Wyatt? Might seem too impertinent of me, but when are you going to start killing?
Never, I hope.
The last words of a tender-hearted church deacon.
But
Table. Come on. Pick up the lamp.
Come on, get on down there in a hurry, and I'll hand you the dynamite.
Well, let me get this here lantern lit. I ain't got the eyes of a bat, you know.
You never have any trouble seeing a silver dollar at 100 feet. Here. The dynamite. There's the first line. You got it?
Yep.
Run it down.
Boys, it's all over. Now listen, you men. Fred White was our friend. He was the best man this town ever had. Brocious murdered him. We ain't wasting time on a trial.
You're right, Cookie. He doesn't deserve a trial.
Hook it up.
Fred White's gone. With the Clantons in jail and the mob on its way, why don't you let nature take its course?
Curly didn't mean to shoot Mr. White. The rest of the Clantons were only drunk and disorderly.
There ain't one of them who doesn't deserve to hang for some reason.
Don't tempt me. Give me that line, will you?
That mob's almost here. What are you doing about it?
The best I can, Mr. Clanton. Did you leave your horse out front?
Well, sure.
Move him around back.
I'm coming in with the rest of my men. That mob can't hang Curly Bill and leave this town standing.
We'll stop him, Mr. Clanton. Mr. Gibbs?
When you hear me fire a shot, you let off the first blast.
Get on out there, White. I can hear them tramping towards us.
That's far enough. Hold it right there. I got dynamite planted underneath this whole street. You're bluffing, Earp. We want Curly Bill. Turn him loose, Earp. Now, you men listen and listen good. I'm not turning my prisoner over to you. Any man that makes a rush for this jail is going to get hurt. Now, don't try it. Earp's bluffing. Move up. Get the next one ready, Mr. Gibbs. Now, Corky, I'm going to give you and your men 5 seconds to get out of here. The next one's going to go off right underneath your feet.
They had enough. Come on up, Mr. Gibbs.
All right, what about Curly Bill and the rest of my men?
Brocious is going to have to stand trial. The rest of your men will be released in the morning.
Oh, you're going to hang Curly, but legal, is that it?
I'm going to try and save him if I can, Mr. Clinton.
Oh, sure, you're going to save him. Well, don't bother. I'll save him myself. I'll tree this town and burn it to the ground.
Mr. Clanton, you just treed yourself. Get his guns. Mr. Gibbs, open up that door. You think you can intimidate the law? Well, I'm going to give you a nice, cool spot that you can think about it, Mr. Clinton. Get in.
Shut up, let my boys push you back, you on push you back, you on
Lovely performance, Wyatt. But I would have been more pleased if you'd killed him. However, this is a good start. Now, after Curly Bill is hanged...
That won't happen if I can help it.
What? He killed Fred White. Shooting at a star isn't allowed. Up to now.
No matter what they said, I didn't mean to shoot Fred White.
Mr. Brocious, your gun was pointed directly at Mr. White at extremely close range, and then it was discharged. Now, do you expect this court to believe that you, an expert with guns, did not deliberately fire that gun?
I don't know how it happened. I'm telling the truth. Marshal White asked me for my gun. I was giving it to him.
Barrel first?
I don't know. I was handing it over, and he grabbed at it, and it went off.
And that's all you can tell us.
I was drunk. I really don't know how it happened. I'm telling the truth.
Well, fortunately, we have a witness who was not drunk. That's all, Mr. Brocious. Step down. Marshal Earp, will you take the stand, please?
Yes.
Marshal, you saw the shooting. Would you present your testimony, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. White asked Mr. Brocious for his gun. Mr. Brocious drew his gun, but before he had a chance to hand it over properly, Mr. White grabbed the barrel. The gun was accidentally discharged. Mr. Brocious did not intend to kill Mr. Fred White.
I fail to see how the gun could have fired unless it was cocked. And if it was cocked, Curly Bill must have intended to use it.
Not necessarily, sir.
Mr. Earp, I too have some knowledge of firearms. I realize that accidents can happen, but a gun cannot be fired unless it's cocked.
Well, if Your Honor will permit, I would like to demonstrate how it happened.
Please do.
Now, this is Mr. Brocious' gun. Your Honor, I have here some 45 blanks. Your Honor, while you have Colt 45s and know how to use them, we must remember that Curly is a professional gunfighter. Now, how do you cock your 45?
I put the ball of my thumb on the hammer and pull it back.
Like this?
Right.
Well, Curly doesn't do that. All professional gunfighters hook their thumb across the hammer like that. The reason they do that is they don't trust the ball of the thumb. It might slip off and cause a misfire. Now, let's assume that the gun is sitting in the holster like that. Now, when Mr. White asked Curly for the gun, Curly's first move to hand the gun over to Mr. White should have been to grab the grip like that. That is, if he was sober, but Curly was drunk, so he followed habit. He came down top of the gun, thumb went all the way around the hammer like that.
And the gun was on half cock.
Well, no, sir, it was on quarter cock. Now, you yourself never used a half cock unless you're going to spin the cylinder to load or unload.
That's right. But if the gun were on quarter cock and the hammer almost down, how could it have fired accidentally?
Well, sir, I know it sounds far-fetched, but it isn't. If you'll step down here and face me, I'll show you. Now, I'm going to draw the gun the way Curly did. As soon as the gun leaves the holster, you grab the barrel and give it a yank.
I'd better do it slowly.
You ready?
I didn't believe it was possible.
Now, if you were drunk, your thumb was hooked over the hammer, as Curly's was, you wouldn't be able to react in time to turn the gun loose. We also have to remember that Mr. White was very nervous, and he grabbed the barrel and yanked very fast.
Let's try it again at normal speed. You're right. Curly didn't have time to take his thumb off the hammer.
His cocking the gun was an accident. Mr. Fred White himself caused the gun to fire.
Well, Wyatt, you did a good turn for Tombstone today. Congratulations.
Pay off, will you?
Well, I assure you I will, but not Curly Bill.
I know all about Curly Bill.
Wyatt, why in the name of your tin star did you set him free? Why didn't you keep your mouth shut and let him hang him?
Because I couldn't.
There are times when I can't understand your set of rules. One day you want to clean out the hoodlums, the next you defend a rattlesnake like that and get him off free all by yourself. Why?
Because if I allowed one man to be executed unjustly, even a rattlesnake, I'd have to turn in my star. Doc, even you would despise me.
By God, I would.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
Give me 2.
1, 2 to you.
3.
And 1, 2, 3 to you, and the dealer takes 2.
Bet 5.
Pardon me, Mr. Dance.
Yeah?
May I speak to you, please?
Well, go ahead, Grandpa. Talk.
I think perhaps you'd rather this would be private.
Why? Who are you?
My name is Wagoner. Perhaps you remember me?
20 to you, Kurt.
Yeah, the face looks kind of familiar.
It should be. Though it was over 20 years ago. San Angelo, remember?
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
What do you want? I got no business with you.
You did once.
That was done with long ago. You can't bring it up again.
Business like that is never finished. I want you to go back with me. Tell it.
There's nothing to tell.
You've got to do it sometime. Sooner or later.
No. You've got nothing on me, you hear? The law says so. Don't ever come near me again, or I'll...
What do you do, Dance?
Now, this is none of your business, Earp. I haven't laid a finger on him, and I won't, if he leaves me alone. But I got a right to be left alone, remember that. You, too.
It's got to be settled, Dance. One way or another.
Get him out of here!
Sir. Mr. Wagner, is it? Do you have a charge against this man?
None that you'd be interested in, Marshal.
He's not wanted for anything?
Not by the law.
Then what's it all about?
It's between Dance and myself.
Then perhaps you better leave him alone. I wouldn't want to have to arrest you for disturbing the peace.
I understand, Marshal.
He also has rights of privacy. And he can protect himself. I advise you, sir, to settle your differences by legal means.
If that had been possible, I wouldn't be here now.
Anything you want to tell me, Dance?
No, there's nothing to tell. He's just imagining. But you keep him away from me, or there'll be trouble.
You in, Dance? What are you so speckled at? The old man. Still staring.
Sure is. And if looks could kill.
How can he just sit there, hour after hour, and just stare? Don't he ever get enough?
No. But I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm going to fix you so you won't stare at me.
Evening, Wyatt.
Oh, howdy, John. Where you headed?
Home to bed.
Yeah, that's where I wish I were. Your paper all made up?
Yep. All the news and stories I can scratch up. That is, unless you're holding out on me.
Not a chance. Come on, have some coffee with me.
Oh, now, Wyatt. Coffee's no kind of a nightcap to offer a tired editor. You kind of
Hey, Wyatt!
What's the trouble?
That old man's been beat up pretty bad, Wyatt. We got him down to Miss Nellie's.
Looks like I get a story instead of coffee after all.
Where's Kurt Dance?
He's in a game over at Elhammer.
Well, you go get him. Bring him to Miss Nellie's. Mr. Wagner.
Wyatt. That gentleman is Judge Wagner from San Angelo.
That's right, young man. You know me.
Yes, sir. You don't remember me, do you, Judge? John P. Clum?
Oh, I'm afraid I don't.
That's all right, sir. I was a young man then. Seems like a long time ago. I'll wait downstairs, Wyatt. Miss Nellie, may I speak to you?
You want to tell me about it now?
Nothing to tell. I just had a little misadventure.
With whom?
It was very dark. I couldn't be sure.
Judge Wagner, you expect me to believe that?
You can't prove differently. I know. I've heard that plea in court many times.
Won't you tell me?
Tell you what?
Why a judge, one of the most respected judges in the West for 30 years, should get mixed up with a notorious gunman, killer, thief. Why that man isn't dead or behind bars now, it's hard to understand.
I know.
Well, I want to know all you know about him.
You mean well, Marshal, but you only interfere. I'm not a judge any longer. I'm retired. But I have a job to do, and I've got to do it in my own way.
Everything peaceful?
It's early yet. Don't count your chickens. You know where there's liable to be some trouble, too, don't you?
Where?
That blamed old judge. He's an old fool, if you ask me. I ain't so sure Dance ain't right.
Why?
Well, the judge has gone and got himself a gun. And he's wearing it, too. Just a daring Dance. What'd you find out from that wire you sent to Texas?
He acquitted Dance of murder 20 years ago.
Well, don't seem like there'd be much connection there that long time ago.
Acquittal. Now, that's what's interesting. Now he wants to kill him. Why?
Don't ask me. You know this judge better than I do.
Only thing I know about him is he's got one of the best reputations in the West.
Wyatt?
What is it?
Trouble. Dance just left the Alhambra saloon. He's heading for a showdown with Judge Wagner.
Where?
The judge is waiting near Boot Hill.
Come on, we can catch Dance before he gets there. Hold it, Dance. This is where you stop.
Now listen, Earp. I didn't ask for this. He's made it so I can't refuse. Now he challenged me open, so I can't be blamed for killing him in a fair fight.
A fair fight? An old man who can hardly hold a gun?
That's not my fault. He shouldn't have challenged me.
Well, you're not going to fight him, fair or any other way. You're going to stay right here. Shotgun, you stick with him.
What are you going to do, White?
I'm going to find out exactly what the old man was planning to do. Maybe you better lend me your hat, Dance, for just a few minutes.
What for?
Because for a few minutes, I'm going to be you.
Judge.
Well?
What happened? There were no shots.
He fainted or worse. I can't tell. We'll get him over to Dr. Goodfellow. Look.
Empty.
He wanted Dance to kill him. How is he?
He's weak, but he's all right. It's just the tension and the excitement. He just fainted. He's an old man, Wyatt, and he's awfully tired. Come on in.
Judge Wagner.
Marshal, I told you you'd only interfere.
You still won't tell me what this is all about? Then I'll tell you. 20 years ago, you acquitted Dance of a murder charge. Now you pass sentence on him and say it should have been done a long time ago. That must mean that you found out you were wrong. Or
what?
Or you acquitted him knowing you were wrong.
Yes, you're right. It's even worse than that. I took money to acquit him.
You. Judge Wagner.
Yes. Amos Wagner. The man with the finest reputation for honesty and integrity in the West. A reputation any man could be proud of. You can imagine how I felt sometimes hearing those things said and reading them printed about me. I felt like a fraud, a miserable imposter.
And that was the only time in a lifetime as a judge that you did anything like that?
The only time. But I needed the money so badly. My wife and my child were sick. Dance knew that. But it didn't do them any good. I lost them both anyway. Now I'm old and alone. And I must right this one terrible wrong I've done.
But this isn't any way to do it. If you feel that you must redeem yourself, go on back to San Angelo and confess.
I already did that. Perhaps they didn't even believe me. They said that there's nothing they could do about it legally.
Even if it were true, they didn't want to besmirch my reputation at this late hour.
Well, maybe they were right. One mistake in a lifetime of service.
It's not that simple. I set that man free to kill again. And he has many times. Those lives are on my conscience. And I won't rest easy until I've done what I can.
Until you've killed Dance?
Or seen him on his way to the gallows.
Well, you wouldn't have accomplished that tonight, Judge Wagner. He could prove that you openly challenged him. And how was he to know that you'd face him with an empty gun?
Yes, it's very difficult. A very difficult problem. I've tracked him this far, but now I don't know what to do.
Well, a man like Dance is bound to wind up on the gallows eventually. Why don't you leave him to the law?
You're the law here. What can you do about him?
Well, I admit it's a pretty sad situation, Wyatt, but what can you do about it?
Well, I think maybe I can put Dance behind bars and it helps some.
How? He's managed to keep himself out of trouble lately.
John, you told me he's been losing pretty steadily at poker.
Yeah. Yeah, that he has. And he's getting grumpier all the time.
And seedier.
Well, the money's got to come from someplace. You ought to be just about right for any kind of illegal deal.
Wyatt, you mean a trap?
Well, it isn't exactly ethical, but in this case it may be justified. You can just say we put temptation in Mr. Dance's way, and if he falls for the bait, well, that's too bad for him.
Well, at least it'd keep him out of the judge's reach for a while.
And a while is all we'll need.
That's right. I don't think that old man's gonna last too long.
All right, this is what we'll do. John, you like a good game of poker, don't you?
Oh, I do. Yes, sir. That man's a real fool. Now, you know he goes home every Saturday night, same time, and always with what's in the week still. That must be close to $500 or $600.
I'll bet 10.
He goes home all by himself and down the same dark street.
Yeah, and that Bruce Street's a real dark one, too.
Yes, it is that. Man's a fool, all right. Somebody could rob him anytime there's a mind to. 10, and, I just have to bump you 10 more.
Yeah, with no trouble, either. Especially when he stops off at the bird cage for a snort before he starts home.
Well, he likes to celebrate the end of each week, Cards.
2.
2.
Then he don't even see so good. Well, he wouldn't even have to worry about him recognizing you.
Dealer takes one, gentlemen. Well, of course, if it was Clanton that was to do it, he'd make sure he didn't.
I'll bet 10. Yes, sir, that'd be real easy pickings.
Well, how come the Clantons don't do something about it?
Why, old man Clanton gave up that kind of thing when he was a rosy-cheeked boy. 10, and I'll just have to make that a little sweeter by another $20, gentlemen.
No, that's too rich for my blood.
See ya.
You see, old man Clanton, he likes to go for the big stuff like I do.
Shotgun.
Howdy, Miss Nellie. Wyatt just sent me over to check on old Judge and make sure he's in bed.
Where else would he be? He's sound asleep.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Shotgun, is something going on?
Well, I guess you could say so. You know, I wish that old judge never come here, Miss Nellie.
Why, what's the matter?
Well, Wyatt's took on his troubles. Now he's going to meet Dance. He just might get himself gunned.
How do you know? Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sure. I even know when and where. A little after 9 down on Bruce Street in there first.
Why aren't you down there?
Well, I'm a-going. Even though Wyatt told me to keep my nose out of it, said I might gum things up.
Well, you get on down there right now.
Yes.
Don't pay any attention to Wyatt.
Dance?
Who is it?
It's me, Judge Wagoner. And now I'm going to carry out this sentence.
No, no. You don't get me to fall for that. I saw the empty gun.
It's not empty this time.
I told you. You can't do a thing to me.
Can't I? Marshal, is he dead?
Yes, he's dead.
I'm glad I didn't let you interfere this time.
Judge, if only you'd waited a little.
My time was running out anyway.
But I would have gotten Dance for you.
You might have been hurt. But this is the last.
The last what?
The last killing that Dance will ever commit. But this one won't be on my conscience.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
fine horses, Mr. Beamish.
Not bad. But your price is too high.
Too high? I'm not making a dime on them. Howdy, Marshal. My name's Jenkins. Tom Jenkins.
Howdy. Mr. Gibbs, check those horses against your list.
Anything wrong, Mr. Earp?
No, just routine.
I just bought the corral last night. My first day in business. Hey, White. Two of these horses is from the Bar X strain. Take a look at that.
Where'd you get these horses?
A couple of men left them for me to sell on commission.
The Bar X reported 20 head rustled this week. Take Mr. Jenkins in for question.
Move along.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
John Behan, sheriff of Cochise County, had long been a threat and a danger to Tombstone because his interests were tied in with the outlaw empire old man Clanton had built in the territory. Then one day, Behan made the mistake of tangling with Clanton, his boss and paymaster.
I sent for you last night. This morning, I sent after you. I see you got his gun. I ain't aching to get shot in the back.
What's the idea, Mr. Clanton?
Take him in the parlor. You boys get on back to work.
Spence, give me the gun. Wait outside. Now, Johnny.
Mr. Clanton, I've warned you I'm the sheriff. And I'm not going to be breaking my neck riding out here every time you whistle.
You're my sheriff, Johnny.
But you don't own me.
Yes, I do, Johnny.
Mr. Clanton, just because I've done you a few favors doesn't mean you can push me around.
Got paid, didn't you?
Not enough for the risk I've taken.
Johnny, when I buy a man, the least he can do is to stay bought. Now, the boys are tired of being rousted around, arrested by Wyatt Earp. You do something about it.
If you can't, the boys think you ought to end up in the brush, nice and dead.
Is that a threat?
It's a thought. Take a day or so to run it through your head.
No longer than that, though. Earp's caught on the man I'm using in Tombstone for a fence, and I got to make some other arrangements.
Mr. Clanton, I've warned you to stay out of Tombstone. You'll never get set up there. Earp and his vigilantes are too strong now. They won't stand for it.
I can handle my own business. You push along.
But you could use Prescott or Tucson or Phoenix to unload. You don't need Tombstone. They'll just gun you down.
Shut up. Now, you just start thinking, are you my boy? Or do I have to elect me another sheriff? Some fella don't scare so easy.
But, Mr. Clanton, I'm asking you once again, stay out of Tombstone.
No. No. Now, I want to hear from you by noon tomorrow. All my clocks keep good time.
How about my gun?
I wouldn't reload it around here. Boys might misunderstand your motives.
The men who left the horses with me said they was old customers of James and Larson, the folks I bought the corral from. How was I to know they was stolen?
Mr. Jenkins, you came here from Tucson last March. You bought a half interest in the Birdcage Saloon. Is that correct?
Well, yeah.
And you went back to Tucson. And suddenly you show up here as the owner of the OK Corral stable. Your nickname in Tucson is Snaky. You're on the payroll of Clanton and 10% ring.
Oh, now, hold on a minute.
You want to deny this report? We do police work here, Mr. Jenkins. That means we keep track of men like you.
That doesn't mean that I'm guilty of rustling horses.
We're not very much interested in the horses. But we do want to know why Mr. James and Mr. Larson would sell the OK Corral to a man like you.
Ask them. We can't. They done already left town.
I'm asking you, Mr. Jenkins.
It ain't no crime to buy a livery stable.
Well, well, Snaky Jenkins.
Howdy, Doc.
What's he here for now, Wyatt?
He bought the OK Corral. We caught him selling stolen horses.
You want to waste time with Jenkins? I'll bring you a message from Sheriff Bean.
Bean?
Yes.
We're holding him for further questioning. Lock him up.
I ain't done nothing. I want a lawyer.
Wyatt? Johnny being a scared bug-eyed. Says he has to see you right away. Looks like the big thieves have fallen out.
He had a fight with Clanton?
Yeah.
Any idea what it's about?
He won't tell me. He wants to talk to you. Says to meet him at Big Rock above the pass.
Why there?
He thinks they're watching him. He doesn't want to be seen talking to you. This may be your chance to get rid of him, Wyatt.
Maybe. Meantime, see if your hoodlum friends know who really bought the OK Corral and why.
I didn't think you'd come, Herb. Holiday wouldn't believe me, but I'm quitting Clanton. I've got to.
Why?
Because the old man's pushing and crowding me, and I'm getting in too deep. You should know this is on the level, Herb. Why else would I spill to you?
You do seem a mite scared.
Sure I'm scared. The old man's moving into Tombstone, and he's out to get rid of you.
Won't be anything new.
I just want to go on record first that anything Clanton pulls in Tombstone, don't blame me. I'm through with him.
For how long?
From now on.
You know something, Johnny? I don't think you can afford to turn honest.
It's not the money, Herb. You never did understand, but Clanton thinks he owns me.
You aim to quit as sheriff?
Just as soon as I can. You know, if you weren't so particular, I could get you elected in my place. Ryder's coming. I'd better get back to Tombstone.
Johnny, you have any idea who might be behind the man who bought the OK Corral?
I didn't know it had been sold.
Well, it has. This could be part of Clanton's move into Tombstone.
Yeah, it could be.
You let me know if you hear anything. And I hope you can quit, Johnny. Watch yourself.
Marshal Earp! Quick! Doc Holliday's robbing the safe.
Doc, what in thunderation you doing?
He just busted in and slugged Mr. Kemp.
You get Mr. Kemp over in another room. Fetch Dr. Goodfellow. Doc, you know you can't do this without a search warrant.
It's a fait accompli, Wyatt. That's French for Holiday's done it. Take a look at this. Old man Clanton bought Snaky his interest in the bird cage. And Snaky turned around, sold it, bought the OK Corral and stable.
What would Clanton want with a stable?
I don't know. I'll go ask him.
No. You stay away from Clanton. It's obviously a front for something.
Yeah, especially since you ran Cy Markham out of town. Now old man Clanton's got to find himself a new fence to take care of the silver and gold he hides from those Mexican wagon trains.
Yeah, but a livery stable. Well, maybe we can get some more out of Snaky Jenkins.
Hold on, Wyatt. What did Bean say?
He claims he's quitting Clanton.
Gonna resign his job. Says he wishes he could get me elected sheriff.
Being going straight? What a fairy tale. We better work on Jenkins.
Cast iron gall, shooting a prisoner. If we don't stop him fast, we might as well give him a bill of sale to the whole territory.
Clanton?
Who else?
Well, I ought to put Snaky in a cell with no window in.
They'd have got him some other way, Mr. Gibbs. I'll ask Wells Fargo to see if their undercover man in Charleston can dig up anything.
If Bean thinks he's next, he might start remembering what.
I'm going to talk to Bean again, but I'll wait till after dark. Meantime, you and Mr. Gibbs shake out every saloon in town. Somebody's going to know something.
See him yet?
Nope.
What are you doing here?
Watching you.
What for?
Your old man trusts you, remember?
There he is. Spencer's following. Take care of him.
Hold on, son. I want to talk to you a spell.
I can now. I'm busy.
Real busy? Step inside.
Johnny. Remember what I asked you about the OK Corral? Old man Clanton really owns it. Your straw man, Snaky Jenkins, was just murdered.
What happened?
We had him in a cell. They shot him through the window.
Clanton's a fool. I warned him about coming into Tombstone. You know, Earp, if you nail him once and for all, I could cut myself loose from him.
You sure you want to, Johnny?
I've got to. He's getting more reckless every day, and I gotta look out for my own hide.
All right, if that's the way you really feel about it, this is what you can do. Go on back to Clanton and tell him you're sorry about what happened. Get him to tell you what the OK Corral setup really means.
Well, if I do that, what happens to Clanton? And what about his top guns, Brocious, Ringo, and the McLowrys?
You get me the information I need, and I'll try and catch Clanton and the others, too. But like I said before, watch yourself. Wells Fargo undercover man says that this corral is just a front. The real depot for the stuff is the Higgins grain and feed yard in the next street.
Clanton on that, too?
Yeah, through another straw man.
Well, I don't see how that connects up. The Higgins yard's a block away.
Well, there's an old mine drift runs from the Higgins yard to a shaft under the corral here. It connects the two places. Now, Clanton will deliver grain sacks and hay bales full of the heisted gold and silver to both places. He'll hide the stuff in the shaft.
I don't like it.
Why?
Johnny Bean, I don't trust him.
I don't trust him neither, White.
Well, I still think Bean should have one more chance. Look, we know enough about what Clanton's up to already. If Bean turns on me, I'll spot every lie. Let's go take a look at that feed yard. Watch it. Now, you shove that gold in there good and deep. Mr. Clanton?
Sheriff Bean's outside. Says he has to see you.
All right, Spence, you lend a hand here. Now, you boys get a hustle on. We're moving into Tombstone tonight.
Oh, Mr. Clanton, I don't know what got into me yesterday morning. Bad temper, I guess. But, well, anyway, I'm still your boy. I'm back. I said I'm back. What else do you want me to do?
Nothing. Now.
Mr. Clanton, Wyatt Earp knows you own the OK Corral.
How do you find that out?
Holiday grabbed the records in the safe at the birdcage.
Well, Doc's neck is getting too big for his collar.
What are you going to do about it, Mr. Clanton?
I'm not telling you, Johnny. You ride on back to Tombstone. I need you for something. I'll send for you.
Jumpy, aren't you, Johnny?
I thought you were one of the Clantons.
Any luck?
No.
Clanton wouldn't take you back?
Well, that's about all he would do. You don't trust me now. No, the great Dan H. Clanton, murdering rustler. He don't trust me. I'm just dirt.
Well, Johnny, you tried. What was he doing when you talked to him?
He was in a barn with his men. They were doing something, getting ready to move into Tombstone tonight. I heard him say so.
Do you know how?
No, but I'll show him who he's fooling with. He tries to move into town, I'll take my deputies and help you.
No.
No.
You stay out of it.
Uh-huh. You don't trust me either.
Nobody trusts a crooked sheriff, Johnny. I think you tried to be honest with me today, but you're not using me to get back at Clanton. Now, you stay out of it.
And you're not giving me orders.
Two wagons, oats and hay. One of them heading for the OK Corral and the other one for the grain and feed yard.
Anybody see you?
Nope, I was real squirrely.
We'll give him a half an hour to unload. And we'll move on the Higgins yard. Old man Clanton in town?
I ain't seen him.
Well, we'll scatter on patrol. And we'll all meet at the Higgins yard.
Door's right here. Get these boxes away. Come on now. Get the horses. Go out and get the bales. Get them out of the wagon and get them in here. They don't do us any good in the wagon. Get the stuff down in the mine drift. I never saw so many men doing nothing for so long. Will you hurry up? Now, you tell them to stay in that cache till I send the other boys to spell them. Go on now. Get the stuff in here. On this side. All right. Up we go. That's it. This one next. We gotta match what we had before because that Earp is a suspicious guy.
Why, Doc?
Remember, no shooting.
What if Johnny Bean resists?
Don't worry, he won't resist.
Let's get closer. Not so fast.
All right, this is Marshal. Come on out of
there. Look, Wyatt.
Never mind the loot. Give me a hand with these men. Which one of you killed this one?
Well, I guess I done it, Wyatt. I mistook the poor fella for Johnny Bean.
Lift them, Johnny. Light them in. Mr. Clanton. Here he is in the bedroom. Who done this?
Wyatt Earp. Take these ropes off, will you?
Earp found my new cash tonight. You tell him?
What cash? Where?
Boss, you didn't let Johnny in on it, remember?
That's right, I didn't. Well, you should have known what Earp was doing. You should have warned me.
I tried to warn you.
You tried. Well, trying ain't good enough. You want to go on being my sheriff, you got to do better than this.
Yes, sir, Mr. Clanton. Now, will you take these ropes off? My wrists are worn raw.
Let him move. I'll get the boys together, and when I do, I'll find out who tipped my cash.
Don't.
Now, what do you think you got on me, Earp?
Trying to move into Tombstone using the OK Corral to cash the gold and silver you stole from the Mexicans.
Now, would I do a thing like that, Marshal?
About $70,000 worth and 2 dead gunslingers.
I got no gunslingers in Tombstone, and as for $70,000... $70,000 in gold and silver? Ooh, I didn't know there was that much money in the whole territory.
Well, then you won't mind if we return it to the legal owners, Senor Garcia and Hernandez.
If it says, why not?
Well, now, seeing that you're so friendly, suppose we talk about Snaky Jenkins.
Jenkins? Well, never heard of him.
But still you had him shot, huh?
Why, Marshal, you know I wouldn't do a thing like that. I don't go around having people shot and never even heard of, do I, boys?
Of course not, boss.
I'll find out which one of your guns killed him, and when I do, you'll hear about him. I promise you that.
A little while tonight, thought you had me, didn't you? Well, you just keep right on trying. One of these days you might get lucky, providing I don't get lucky first. Anything else, Sonny?
Yeah, I'm taking you in.
On what charge?
Carrying guns in Tombstone, $50 each, and you had a lot of boys in town.
Well, now, wait a minute. I ain't gonna pay for all of them.
Well, I think you will.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp.
Marshal Wyatt Earp faced the hatred and gunfire of many men in the towns of Wichita, Dodge City, and Tombstone. But none hated him more than did the 10% ring and the head of all the outlaws, Old Man Clanton. Well, Emperor Clanton, king of all the outlaws, bushwhacked. What were they after you for?
Because I got the payroll for my outfit with me, and they don't know who I am. That's why I seen them watching outside the bank, saddled tramps.
It's a good thing I saw him, too, otherwise you'd be dead.
From this little scratch, they'd be dead, you mean. Next time I'll thank you to mind your own thundering business.
Hey, don't you want your hat and coat?
How much money you make a month?
Well, that's kind of a personal question, isn't it?
Public official, ain't you? Matter of public record, ain't it?
Well, then you can look it up.
I'll give you $500 a month to work for me.
Doing what?
Ramrodding. Foreman of my outfit, boss the whole spread next to me.
You figure I'm worth that much money?
No, but that's my offer. What do you say?
I say no.
No.
You steal cows to stock your range, and you hold up stages to buy feed. You're a thief, and you got thieves working for you. Mr. Clanton, I don't want anything to do with your outfit.
All right, I'll give you $1,000 a month.
Why do you still ask me?
You figure you saved my hide just now. Well, don't you?
I guess you could put it that way.
'Tain't long ago you saved my sons, and now you save me. Blame it if it ain't more than a man can stand. But I'm telling you right out, you get in my way, I'll kill you just the same.
Just who do you think you are, Dameron? You run a newspaper not worth 2 bits, the whole shebang.
I've made the Tombstone Nugget the best newspaper in the West.
You made nothing. Our organization loaned you the money to start the Nugget. We supported you with county advertising and a good salary.
I know, but I'm the editor.
When I picked you up, you were a drunken printer. You want to go back to wearing patches in your pants?
I know. No, I don't.
Then you better shut up and listen. We're going to get rid of Wyatt Earp for good. And you're going to help us.
How?
By smearing him. Until the law and order folks in Tombstone get sick enough to throw him out.
Smear him? With what? Why, nobody in Tombstone will believe anything bad about Earp. He never does anything.
We'll furnish the evidence. You just print it.
Legal evidence?
Certainly. We have a dozen witnesses who will swear Wyatt Earp is leading a double life. Here. Get yourself a cheap hotel room. The witnesses will come to you.
What if Earp sues me? The witnesses will have to go to court.
They won't change their stories, even in court.
You got any other place to read a newspaper than my office?
I like it here.
The Nugget. What do you read that one for, anyway?
There's a lot in this particular issue.
Like what?
This official census, the one they took last year, for one thing.
Yeah?
How many people do you think there are in the United States?
Oh, I don't know. 40 million?
You're way off. 50 million.
No. 50 million?
Mm-hmm. According to the official 1880 census. How many people do you think there are in the Arizona Territory?
Oh, 12, 14,000?
You're even further off. 40,440.
Oh, wow. It's interesting. I always figured that Arizona's getting overcrowded.
There's another interesting item here.
Yeah, well, do me a favor and read it to the bartender over at the Alhambra, will you? I got some work to do. Gotta get out a report.
Seems there's a girl by the name of Audrey who married a fella. 2 weeks later, he got a job at the birdcage, and he took all her wages.
Who was that?
You?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Says so right here.
Let me see that.
You hurt my feelings, Wyatt. The least you could have done is invited an old friend to your wedding.
Audrey Johnson, I don't even know her. The Nugget would print anything. Now, do me a favor. Will you get out of here so I can get some work done?
How much you gonna sue them for, Wyatt?
Sue?
The paper. For libel.
I'm not gonna sue anybody. In the first place, Dameron hasn't got any money. In the second place, nobody believes it.
What I like about you, Wyatt, beside your reckless bravery, is your simple mind and trusting nature.
Very nice, Dameron, very nice. A good start.
I thought it was. I went about as far as we can go.
Oh, no, you haven't. Next week, you're going to give them both barrels. Here.
Now, wait a minute, Ned. This is going too far.
Print it.
But a bandit, nobody will believe it. Not about Wyatt Earp.
Oh, yes, they will. If you're going to tell a lie about someone, tell a big one. Tell it big and tell it often. If you throw enough mud, some of it'll stick. You'll never wash it all off.
Oh, there you are, Mayor. I stopped by your office. You read it, huh?
Yes, I have, Doctor. Nobody's going to believe this stuff. That Dameron has no sense at all. You wait till you see the next edition of my paper when it comes out.
But it's right here in print. People won't stop to think that Dameron could be lying.
What? Wyatt Earp, the notorious bandana bandit? Ah, it's ridiculous. That Dameron's a fool.
Well, I think we ought to have a council meeting anyhow.
What for? There's nothing to it. It's all a pack of lies.
I don't know, Mayor. Last haircut that Earp had, he sure had a mighty big roll in his pocket.
You've got company, Wyatt.
Where have you been, Marshal Earp?
He's been out collecting his wife's wages and holding up another stage.
This is no joking matter, Holliday.
I agree.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, Wyatt, the town council has just had a meeting. Have you seen the latest issue of the Nugget?
As well as the last one?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Well, Wyatt, the council is insisting that I ask you this question. Have these allegations any basis in fact?
Well, now, everybody knows, Mayor, that I really have 3 wives and that I have 50,000 Wells Fargo dollars in a secret bank account.
There you are, Mr. Jeffers. I told you there wasn't anything in it.
We can't afford to have you slandered, Wyatt. The law and order party's not that strong in Tombstone.
Another thing, Brother Earp. You must take some action to clear your name.
Well, now, come on, gentlemen. You don't believe those stories, and neither does anybody else.
You have too high an opinion of the human race. You don't realize people like to believe scandal.
Not my friends.
An honest marshal has no real friends.
Don't you realize your silence is saying the Nugget is telling the truth?
And what would you suggest I do?
Sue him, Wyatt. Sue Dameron and the Nugget. Sue him for damages.
I see. Well, I have not been damaged, gentlemen. Now, go on back to your offices, will you? I have that horse thief case coming up tomorrow, and I have to prepare my testimony for court. Goodbye, gentlemen, and thank you very much for your support. That means you too, Doc. Go on, get out of here.
Wyatt, did you ever hear of Nero?
Judge Timberlake's walking horse?
No, the Emperor. The fellow who set fire to Rome.
You mean the one that fiddled while Rome burned?
You believe that?
Oh, it's the truth, isn't it?
No. That was written by some Roman scandalmonger. Historians have since found out that actually is a big lie.
Well, that's the way I heard it.
That's just it. Somebody printed that lie about poor old Nero, and now everybody believes it, no matter what they found out since then. Once the scandal gets started, nothing will kill it.
I see. You're talking about me and the nugget, huh?
That's right. That's just what I'm talking about.
Well, there's just one big difference, Doc. Nero was a Roman emperor. He's in the history books. I'm just a U.S. Marshal in Arizona Territory.
It's no difference, Wyatt. You'll be in history books someday.
Me?
50, 60 years from now, some fellas will be writing histories of Arizona. When they get to the year 1881, who do you think they'll write about?
Well, not about me.
Oh, yes, they will. And when they get to Tombstone, they'll write about the people in it, won't they? You, Old Man Clanton, Johnny Ringo, the 10% ring. They might even include a footnote about me somewhere. Where do you think they're going to get this information? From some poor old person who's still alive, or some old copies of the Nugget that are still around? That's where.
Well, now, what can I do about that?
You can sue the Nugget and stop Dameron.
Well, Dameron doesn't count, and it isn't worth the time that it would take. Look, will you get out of here? I got some important work to do.
It's all right with me, Wyatt. If you want your name to go down in history with a slur on it. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Wyatt, when you're through, come down to your office. We'd like to talk to you.
Let's talk right here.
You, Doctor.
Wyatt, I've been defending you in my newspaper, but it doesn't seem to have done any good. The talk against you is getting stronger.
Get to the point, Mayor.
Well, unless you take some action to clear your name, the council feels it'll have to ask for your resignation.
You can't be serious.
You're reading the paper yourself, and yet you ask that? It says right there you've been taking money from every gambling house in Tombstone and threatening to close them up if you don't get it. Do you deny it?
You're beginning to believe this, aren't you?
It's right there in print, isn't it?
Hal, you've been reading the Nugget, haven't you?
Oh, don't get me in on this, Marshal. I can't cut hair just on one side. Not and stay in business, I can't.
You too, huh?
Now, don't take it like that, Wyatt. Nobody wants to believe that stuff.
But you do, don't you?
We didn't say that, Brother Earp.
Now you want my badge back. Well, gentlemen, when the council's ready to demand my resignation, I'll be at the office.
Hi, Wyatt.
Excuse me, Doc, but I am not in the mood to visit with anybody right now.
I figure that, but things will get worse.
They already have.
Too bad. I had something else on my mind.
Oh?
How would you like to make some big money, Wyatt?
Doing what?
Well, when I was playing poker last week, a fella got ambitious when he was holding 4 10s, and I had 4 queens. Now I find myself in possession of the Sally Silver Mine, but it'll take $25,000 to get it producing again. You put up the money and half the mine is yours.
Now, where would I get $25,000?
You're talking to your old friend, Doc. You're not on the witness chair now.
What do you mean by that?
I saw you collecting that money from Maine Griffith at the palace last night.
You what?
Yes, and at half a dozen other saloons, too. It's all right with me, Wyatt, but you should have $25,000 by now.
I was collecting tax money for the new school. That's part of my job.
Sure, sure.
You believe those stories?
Some of them seem reasonable. And I'd be the last one to blame you, Wyatt.
Oh, you would you? Well, I'd made up my mind that I wasn't going to give a newspaper like the Nugget the satisfaction of being sued. But I see you have to protect yourself against your friends as well as your enemies.
Now, Miss Audrey, Did you make these statements attributed to you in the Nugget?
Yes, sir.
And are they true?
Oh, yes, sir. Wyatt said we should keep our marriage a secret. After we were married by the Justice of the Peace in Benson, Wyatt gave me money to rent a suite at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. But pretty soon he said it was costing him too much, so he made me go to work at the bird cage.
And what happened to your wages?
Oh, I gave them to my husband, Mr. Earp. He made me.
Order in the court. Proceed, Mr. Taggart.
One more thing, Miss Audrey. Do you have the wedding license?
Oh, yes, I have it here.
I was riding shotgun on the Prescott stage when this road agent stepped out from behind a rock and got the drop on me.
And did you see his face?
Yes, sir. When he reached down to pick up the Wells Fargo box, the bandana fell down and I seen him clear as day.
And do you see this man now, here in this courtroom?
Yes, sir. That's him right there. It was Wyatt Earp.
Your Honor, this man is lying.
Sit down, Mr. Earp.
Miss Griffin, what is your profession?
Mr. Taggart, I own and operate the Palace Bar and Gambling Hall. You know that.
On or about June 1st of this year, did Mr. Wyatt Earp enter your establishment and make you a proposition?
Yes, sir, he certainly did.
And what was the nature of that proposition?
Well, after drinking a whole bottle of my whiskey, which he didn't pay for, he said I'd have to make him a silent partner. If I didn't, he'd close me up and run me out of town.
And what share of ownership did Mr. Earp demand?
50%. I've been paying him $500 a week as his share of the profits. Besides what he shook out of the girls, that is.
Now, Mayor Clum, you've been saying that Marshal Earp is one of the most honorable men you've ever known.
That is absolutely right, sir.
Yet, in spite of that opinion, is it not possible that Marshal Earp could have married the young lady Audrey Johnson and even have put her to work in the birdcage?
Well, that is hardly probable.
Answer yes or no, sir.
Oh, it's possible, yes.
And therefore, is it not also possible that Marshal Earp is the bandana bandit and a half owner of the palace? Is it not, Mayor Clum?
Well, I suppose anything could be possible, yes.
That will be all, thank you.
Oh, wait a minute! Anything could be possible, lawyer, but that question...
10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yes, I know, Wyatt, but let's face it, things are going badly for you. Look what happened to me on the stand.
I just don't understand how they can tell such lies. Me married, taking our wages.
Well, lies or not, you are up a dry gulch. Now, you better do something.
Do what? I took your advice. I sued the man. Look what happened.
Yes, I know. But there's got to be some way to stop Dameron.
Outside, Clum. This is personal and private with Earp.
You stay here. What's on your mind, Mr. Clanton?
Well, nothing social, Earp.
Then state your business.
Why ain't you defending yourself at that trial? Them documents is forgeries, every one of them. Even I know that, and I ain't no friend of yourn.
Knowing it is one thing, proving it is another. Nothing I can do.
Well, hang my hide. A couple more days of that kind of testimony, we'll have a new marshal around here.
Well, that shouldn't bother you any.
Typical John Law, you, Sonny. I can figure out every time. I don't want no new marshal in here gumming things up.
Mr. Clanton, your solicitude for Marshal Earp is very touching.
Never mind. If you could prove that all that testimony's a heap of lies, you'd be in the clear, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, for instance, that Audrey girl said she's married to you if you could produce her real husband right there in court. That'd mean winning your whole case, maybe, wouldn't it?
Yes, very neatly.
If she's got a husband?
She's got one. Just last week he's in jail in Tucson, but he ain't now. Bring him in. Now, you done me what you thought was a favor a few days ago. You figured you saved my life and made me beholden to you. You even figured I couldn't kill a man what I owed my life to. Well, by thunder, you're paid.
Mr. Clanton, I thank you. Get inside.
Mr. Dameron, in view of the testimony now proved fraudulent, it is the opinion of this court that you have abused the freedom of the press to slander an honest man. Now, the court orders you to cease and desist from libeling Mr. Earp in your newspapers. Mr. Earp is dropping the suit for damages against you because he considers the testimony adduced in this hearing to completely vindicate him. However, any repetition of libel will force me to hold you in contempt. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This case is dismissed.
Wyatt, I'll ask you one more time. Won't you please reconsider and take your badge back? You're not going to like it in California.
Oh, yes, I will. Goodbye. Mayor Clum.
Doc.
Wyatt, what's this I hear about California?
That's where I'm going.
Don't you realize if you leave, you're playing into the hands of the 10% ring? That's what they wanted all along.
Probably.
Not probably. They'd love to have you leave. California, anywhere.
Well, that suits me. Be a lot more saloons in California for me to take money from. I don't belong here.
Deacon, don't be a fool. Sometimes you gotta get a friend mad before he'll protect himself.
Well, you got me mad, all right. Thanks, Doc.
It's all right, Deacon. Come on over the Alhambra. I'll buy you a glass of milk.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told.
আপনি কিন্তু দেখতে যথেষ্ট সুন্দরী একজন মানুষ, দেখতে বেশ রোমান্টিক, যেন শেক্সপিয়ারের নাটকের কোনো নায়িকার মতো। ভেবেছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনি তো পুরোটাই মর্মান্তিক। যে কোনো মানুষ আপনাকে দেখে মর্মাহত হতে পারে।
এইখানে গাড়ি থামা।
আমার হালকা হতে 1 মাস সময় লেগেছে।
আপনার 1 মাস সময় লাগে? আমার হালকা হতে তো 1 মিনিট লাগে।
আমার কাছে মনে হয় জীবনসঙ্গী এমন হওয়া উচিত যার সাথে আপনি প্রতিটা মুহূর্ত উপভোগ করতে পারবেন, সারাক্ষণ খুনসুটিতে মেতে থাকতে পারবেন এবং তার মনে এমনভাবে বসবাস করবেন যে আপনার দিকে সে একটাবার তাকালেই বলে দিতে পারবে যে তার বেঁচে থাকার কারণই আপনি।
পথে চলতে চলতে কথা বলতে বলতে কখন যেন হলে আমার
জানি গল্পে গল্পে মিশে অল্পে অল্পে আমিও হয়ে গেছি তোমার।
ছোট ছোট ভুল ফুটে হলো ফুল যে তোমাকে পেলাম,
গুটি গুটি পায়ে স্বপ্নের লাই আমি ভেসে গেলাম।
আপনি কি মনে করেছেন একজন মানুষ আমার জীবন থেকে চলে গিয়েছে এবং আপনি সেই সুযোগটা কাজে লাগিয়ে আপনার ফিলিংস গুলো আমার কাছে এক্সপ্রেস করবেন আর আমি সেটা হ্যাপিলি অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে নিব? এই হচ্ছে আপনার বন্ধুত্বের নমুনা?
রোদের পাখি তোর শহরে আমার মনের স্বপ্ন ঘিরে, ওরে পাখি ওরে সারাক্ষণ তোর শহরে বৃষ্টি হলে ভিজে আমার মন।
Dạ. Khổng lồ, mua khổng lồ cái gì đấy? Mở doan. Cảnh vệ. Thần dương, 2 thần dương vật trời nhau. 2 khổng lồ. À không. Cảnh vệ sư nha rồi xong. Nhà tranh bài của tớ làm ơn đấy. Đâu đấy? Ngày phải đấy nhở? Cứ chơi chứ. 14 lap nhanh nhẹn. Bớt 4 rồi à, 1.2 à. Dương ơi, đây chuyển chuột tội, thú tượng với cả giáp máu ánh sáng, cái nào ánh sáng ngon hơn? Em bình gì 200 lát về không thật này, à 51 này, 200 lát một cái, được 200 lát, không nhả nhớ được rồi, chạm tay rồi, 19, nhớ là được 190 mà, 200 lát của thầy ơi. Bớt giống đủ 80 củ bớt lần nữa ăn đét vậy rồi tao bớt lần nữa xong rồi tao mới cút về bên kia bớt 5 ấy xong rồi mình cút về bên kia được bình chia lên nhà đã chia ra bình rồi xong lên 9 nhà chia xong rồi lên 9 xong rồi lên 9 thì mình được xét và là bình full form rồi form này có nhắc được cái gì đâu what chứ sao không nhắc được hắc ám kìa nhắc được tử thần hắc ám chỉ có June thôi Giờ bay một chỗ ác quỷ nhỉ. Mèo 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 không vậy anh quay số được à đâu ấy nhỉ 53 của thêm mấy lap nữa nhiều request lại 200
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে
আমার মনে হয় কি জানেন আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত
এটা কি উপলক্ষে
ম্যাডাম ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন তারপরে বলতেছি
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয় এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে ম্যাডাম তার
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান
রোগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায় আপনি তো উল্টো হলো কেন আপনি কি একটু উল্টা
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া যেও না বন্ধু আমার ভুলিয়া
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে ম্যাডাম আমার কপালে নেই আমার কপালে আছে দাগ
à thằng này chết đéo gì nhỉ thế này thì vẫn thua ai trời ơi à đây đây từ trước này thì châu sẽ vài cái cút sẽ vài cái cút không sao thầy ơi phải bỏ 2 phát ngoan đi đấy không thua mất 15 máu thôi đánh đổi rồi con 3 rồi đánh đổi rồi ACM 1 chiếc AC2 là bên rồi hàng từ hàng tông người ta chưa chịu vậy làm trên của nó này đấy vẫn quỷ á vẫn quỷ á nhớ chua vẫn quỷ á không yếu đâu để đấy ông hai cái đéo ở đây đâu chết ông hai mà không chết vậy ống nó bài biết ui ông không chết lại what the hell ô ấn pháp sư cả một bút dòng ông hai không chết chuồn đỏ à nghe top 6 chat game chat game có 23 mặt tiền 23 điểm thì mới hết điểm 230 lát. Từ nên đủ tiền lên ăn chơi nhỉ. Nếu sắp 2 lần nữa mà khoảng bao nhiêu? Khoảng là tầm
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে। তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও। তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই পাই করে শোধ করবা।
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো? শহরে কিন্তু দুইটা রূপ, রাতের এক রূপ, দিনের আর এক রূপ।
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বনে।
আরে ব্রো, সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে, কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না।
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে, একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয়। কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খোঁজে। বসুন।
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত, তাই না? আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে। তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ? কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো? কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে না।
পাশাপাশি তবু যাচ্ছি বিপরীতে, কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে।
হাই, ইউ লুক গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Nghe cái chiều mày trắng mày 10% nữa. Mày ngá ô không được, đùa tao xuống không xuống 77 ơi, nếu được rồi chọn dấu vậy. Không được rồi, mày lại lệch cái này 10 này đó, nhớ được tiếp à? 3 củ 59 là xem được bao nhiêu nhá? 3%, 4,66 không được. Át này, sẽ át từ này rồi. Ê, chơi xong rồi, đánh trùng bài rồi, thằng này ấn tử thần ạ. Không sao thầy ơi, mình dồn trước là được. Sử thanh hóa, bây giờ nói bà, xong rồi, xoay bài tự động. Chuẩn chỉ đấy, chuẩn chỉ mà, xoay bài tự động. Go. Binh Chi Linh gọi thầy ơi. Nhót không? Nhót, đét. Cho tao. Ngáo vậy. Vẫn đang mày, anh vẫn đang nhảy. Thắng mà. Let me show you darkness. Sai rồi. Sai đều. Thầy lái vô á, sao? Captain Vietnamese. Captain Việt Nam. Máy capture chuẩn không vậy bạn ơi? Chuẩn 2 lần này. Đấy, không 3 lần. Lại nữa ta thấy bình tĩnh. 3 lần này. 3 lần 1 lần là 4 này. 5 lần này. 5 lần 6 lần 6 lần 6 lần được 6 lần 5 lần rồi 5 chuẩn đấy. Ngon. Còn một cái cung xanh nữa. Đây đi. Bài còn gì nhỉ? Có bài là yêu đét. Long Vương à? Yêu đét sao còn nhiều máu đấy. Xuân vợ thầy chưa chạm đất 49 rồi, xong lần này là quay một vòng rồi mình tại không.
দরকার পড়লে একটা রিকশাওয়ালাকে বিয়ে করবো তারপর তোকে বিয়ে করতে
তুমি যদি মরে যাও আমি তোমাকেই বিয়ে করব।
দেখো দেখো বিয়ে এত সোজা না।
5টা কন্ডিশন।
কয়টা?
5টা।
আমি জেডি সাফায়েত রমরাজন।
স্যার এটা তো ভোটার আইডি কার্ড স্যার।
বাড়িতেই করবেন নাকি হোটেলে?
না না, আপনি যেমনটা ভাবছেন বিষয়টা তা না।
হ্যাঁ আপনি তো করবেন।
তোমাকে দিয়ে হবে না, আমি জানতাম। শুধু শুধু সময় নষ্ট করো না।
ভাই আপনি তো অনন্ত দলিল না যে অসম্ভবকে সম্ভব করে আপনার কাজ। জিমি জিমি জিমি
কি হচ্ছে?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
আঙ্গের একদম বইরা দিমু যাচ্ছে সব বাইট কর।
শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে।
ভাই যে বয়সে মানুষ গার্লফ্রেন্ডের কামড় খায় সে বয়সে আপনি কুত্তার কামড় খেয়ে হাসপাতালে ভর্তি হয়েছেন।
Rồi tháng 7. Ngon mà mình đi uống nước. Mà mình đi uống nước. Chưa? Hôm tới mà đấy, hôm tới mà Cương bảo đấy, bảo mà anh em để cho em đi uống nước, có anh ấy không thì không biết. Nhưng mà không có anh Cường. Nhưng mà không có anh Cường. Anh ấy không có anh Cường. Chuồn bố, chuồn. Còn đi quân sự, còn 8 về. Anh đóng tiền đâu mà nó làm. Nó còn chơi báo cơ, nó còn chơi báo anh làm cơ, chuyển tiền nó cơ. Rồi xem lậu đi, mai xem tiếp. Tôi đi ngủ đi, mai xem tiếp, mai lại xem đến 4 giờ sáng. Đấy. Mai xem đến 2 giờ sáng. Mày thích bảo tay ngủ sớm không? Chắc thằng cái Khôi thức đêm nhiều nên đéo tăng cân nhảy chun này. Đéo tăng cân tự nhiên được. Cô coi 58 cân. Yeah. FPT à? Chọn. Tuyên Quang. Am phim mà. Tuyên Quang. Mày gọi ông mày Vũ mày gọi ông bạn từ chiều mà sao giờ ông mới vào? Gọi từ chiều mà. Chuẩn bố. Trời quá. Cay hả? Theo giờ mày tốt rồi đi mà gì bao nhiêu rồi? 32 tuổi. Anh còn 9 phút nữa rồi anh sắp stop rồi. Tối anh em không gì không rẻ. Cái thằng kia tự nhiên rảnh mà quay xong bắt xong bảo người ta cũng kêu quét mặt cho ở đâu ra vậy? Chung bố à? Nó không phải là sếp của mình hả Vũ? Vũ rồi. Dạ thích kinh ha. Rồi. Dạ. Sinh ke xong ngủ muộn là để làm chi? Sinh ke xong là 2 giờ mới ngủ làm chi? Bố à. Biết tại sao mà Netflix như thế không? Bởi vì tao không muốn cho mày thức khuya đấy. Bao nhiêu à? Nốt mấy phút đi tắm đi ngủ ấy. Sao? 19 nhanh chui. 61 tuổi. 61 tuổi à? Đi được rồi. Tao không quen nhiều thành quen rồi. Trước khi quen một mình thì thôi gì. Đọc đây là chuyện em rồi à? đọc cái là chuyện lên rồi à? Ai biết đâu, ai biết đâu. Đùa hack cho tao. Phải không? Nhưng mà sao cao đây? Không cao màn không ạ? Cái gì? Không chịu được rồi, xin gì? Thua rồi, em Nam thua rồi, anh còn 5 phút. Sau 5 phút gì anh? What? Người vứt cũng chỉ vì một con chó thôi mà đi giết người. Nè. Sao video chứ rồi. Rồi vừa đã có 20 phút đã xong giờ lại phải quay 1 tiếng nữa. Bảo sao hôm nay tao thấy thông báo thanh toán mà. Hôm nay tao thấy thông báo của mẹ tao là hãy thanh toán Netflix các kiểu mà thằng bạn tao đéo nhắn gì luôn à. Bận rồi em. Nhưng mà anh chỉ có tiền của Momo thôi. Anh chỉ có tiền cho Momo thôi. Có đâu ông giá chua đâu mà em giờ đéo chua mà. Chưa em. Cho anh nó banh luôn rồi. Cho anh banh luôn rồi. Không ra không chuyển tiền. Không anh rất là nhắn tin 19 bao nhiêu để chuyển tiền. Hôm qua chứ. Hôm qua nhắn tin nhưng mà đéo chuyển tiền. Trốn nhau. Cái gì ấy? Làm gì ấy? Làm gì ấy? Đâu? Thằng béo đâu? Thằng béo ở ngoài cùng kia. Đã làm gì đâu? Ngoài cái thằng mà đỏ ấy. Ngoài cái thằng đỏ chót kìa. Mà lộ ai đây? Mà vợ đánh liên minh. Còn vợ đánh liên. Mày khoa mà, vợ đánh liên minh mà. Dám quay liên minh. Trôn mà. Rồi 175 tuổi đủ không? Đủ rồi, thử vòng nữa 24 lap. Anh Vũ ngầu gọi. Anh Vũ sửa nhanh ấy. 24 rồi, bây giờ anh rồi tiếp 7 mét, 23 mét, sao vậy? Nhọt. Anh quay nhiều rồi, chả top 1. Là anh top 1 chưa nào? Anh vay 796 lần. Rồi. Sao anh? Cái gì cơ? Chỉnh sửa cái gì? Không phải anh đâu, Hoàng Tuấn. Nó đang đi với người yêu mày em. Vừa anh về là vừa anh về anh set story là đang 5 phút trước. Đang chơi đùa với nhau ở quán cà phê trong khi bọn mình ở nhà quay vít như một con lợn. Phải chưa? Đúng. Chưa, lúc ấy chưa có mấy có heo khôi. Đâu, heo khôi quá, không có heo khôi. Lúc ấy thằng Nam chưa vào, lúc có heo khôi. Trôn mà. Anh em nói rằng mới tránh rồi. Nó cứ trôn đi chứ hiểu. Bảo gì? Nó cứ hỏi gì? Sẽ nào cái gì đây? Thằng Nam. Lúc ấy có thằng Nam, có thằng Nam kia là có thằng Nam kia đấy. Có. Không nhớ là nó đi lúc ấy nó đi chưa, nhưng mà lúc đấy là lúc nói về cái vậy đấy là có thằng Nam kia nó có vào nó ra mà.